All right, graphing functions. To graph a function, you need to have multiple points. You can use the given domain, remember domain are the x values, to find the range. Range is the y. You can also pick your own domain and evaluate the range if you know the domain is all real numbers. Make sure you plot enough points to see a pattern. So we don't necessarily know what these will look like, so we need to make sure we plot enough points so we can actually see what the picture is going to look like. So the first example, given this equation or function, and D, that's the domain, is this, we want to graph it. So I'm going to make a table over here. My x values are -4, -2, 0, and 2. And I'm going to leave room for my process, and over here is going to be my output. Okay, so this is the process. So I have -4 plus 2y equals 6. Negative times a negative is a positive 4. So I'm going to actually have to do this down here. Okay, so -4 plus 2y equals 6. So that's 4 plus 2y equals 6. Subtract 4 on both sides. 2y equals 2, and so y equals 1. So the output is 1. Okay, for my next one, -x. So again, that's negative times -2 plus 2y equals 6. So that's positive 2 plus 2y equals 6. So 2y equals 4, and so y equals 2. Plugging in a 0. Well, -0 is just 0. So 0 plus 2y equals 6. Well, again, if I take away 0, it's going to not change anything. 6 minus 0 is still 6, right? I shouldn't have to do that. So 2y equals 6, so y equals 3. And then when I plug in a 2, I get -2 plus 2y equals 6. So -2 plus 2y equals 6. 2y equals 8, and y equals 4. Don't know why it changed colors on me there. Okay, so now I'm going to plot these points. -4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1. -2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 0, 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. 2, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can see here that the pattern is that it's increasing from left to right. And this is actually a line. It's a linear function, so I could connect the dots to make the line there. It's going to keep increasing or decreasing on the left. All right, given 2x plus 1 equals y and a domain of all real numbers, graph the function. Okay, so the domain is all real numbers. This means that I could plug in anything for x and it would work for this equation. Okay, now this is nice because the y is by itself. So let's see. So my graph goes from -10 to 10, both left and right and bottom to top. So I'm going to plug in, really you can do anything. I'm going to do -5, -3, -1, 0, 1, 3. Let's try that. So 2 times -5 plus 1 is going to be -9. 2 times -5 is -10 plus 1 is -9. -3. 2 times -3 plus 1. Notice the only thing I'm changing is the x. -5. 2 times -1 plus 1 is -1. 2 times 0 plus 1 is 1. 2 times 1 plus 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. And then 2 times 3 plus 1. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So now I'm going to plot these points. -5, -9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -9 is right there. -3, -5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -1, -1. 0, 1. 1, 3. And 3, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again, this looks like a linear function. And oopsie. And because the domain is all real numbers, this function goes on forever and ever. Let me see if I can get a line in here. Okay, so this function continues on in both directions. All right. Given the graph below, find f of -5 and f of x equals -9. So this is two questions, question 1, question 2. So f of -5. This means find y when x equals -5. And I'm looking at this graph below. So I'm looking at the blue line. So let me go see, where does x equal -5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where x equals -5. All up and down here. But I want to specifically look at the graph. So what is the y value at this point? So I need to go this way and look. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So f of -5 equals 4. That means the y value 4 goes with the x value -5, which means in a table or as an ordered pair, it would look like this. That's the ordered pair. Okay, so f of -5 means find y when x is -5, because this is where the x goes. All right, and the next one says f of x equals -9. So what is f of x? F of x is y. So this means y equals -9. So I need to go back and find -9 on the y-axis. So that is right, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's right here. So where does that cross the blue line? It crosses right here. And what is the x value there? The x value is, it looks like 1.5. So x equals 1.5. So it would be 1.5 comma -9. So you have to just understand what these questions are asking, okay? Again, this -5 is put in for the x, so that means when x equals -5. And over here, we have the function of x, meaning the output, or the y, equals -9. When the y equals -9, what is the x value? Okay, so you already have the function word problems worksheet. You need to do number 1 and number 2. That is due on Thursday. And then these are my recommendations. I'm not necessarily going to be grading these. These are my recommendations for practice problems that you should be working on. Okay? You can also look at 253, I believe, is some good practice problems for domain and range, if I remember that correctly. So we've studied 1.8, 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4. So you should be familiar with all of that material. Email me if you have any questions. Good luck.